Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk about destiny, talk about some of my little stories of fate, although many people do not believe that fate is determined by heaven. Our lives are often led by fate. For example, some people born in the rich people will use envy and admiration to look at, said his fate is really good, born carefree, than most people struggle for life to complete the goal is also easier, and some people are born in poor people will think that this is too much sin in the last life. This life will have to bear hardships to repay the debt. I remember a classmate when I was a child. Academic performance is particularly outstanding. It is far behind. We all think he is the reincarnation of resourceful star. At that time, I always felt that I was not so good. If only I could share his learning talent with me, so that I don't have to screw in the factory all the time. Think about it, my classmate is now the head of a big company, and I am still working in a factory, in the same environment. How can the gap between people's fate be so big? I still remember more than 10 years ago, when I worked in a factory, there was a colleague, although we were not familiar with each other, but we always greeted each other. I remember one Sunday after work, we feel all right, they meet in the street wandering. At that time the welfare lottery business is very prosperous. Not far from the street we'll see several. Everyone was talking about what numbers to play. Feeling bored, they went into the lottery shop and bought a few lottery tickets. After a few days, everyone was not too concerned about this. Seems to have more than half a month. I think that is not familiar with colleagues. How several days are not seen. Just ask what is the reason. Another colleague told me with a smile that the colleague had already resigned. Why? I ask. He laughed and said that people had won the second prize in the lottery that time, and had resigned, and returned home, so they did not have to work hard again. That's nice. It's amazing how fate works. A small accident changed the fate of a person's life. Sometimes I think fate is strange. I remember there was an old man in the group who was born weak and sick all day long, but they lived to more than 90 years old, and some strong people did not live past 60 years old. Really lamented the fate of the magic. It is puzzling. What is it that governs fate? Is it the environment, family background, or body genes? While these factors play a role, they are not the main cause. But who is playing a key role? Opening many books, since ancient times, did not give a satisfactory answer. Is a person born to accept the fate of the arrangement? I believe that most people will not accept this idea, therefore, my heart will not be reconciled. But in the end, it is still far from ideal and reality. Although life is not easy and I often feel that fate is unfair, I have also learned a lot of life principles from it, which has made my mind very peaceful, steady. Do not have impulsive psychology. I think people will mature a lot. Perhaps this is the role of changes in fate, that people should have a rational view of life, in the road of life less detours. Perhaps fate is like a chess game, and people as pawns are invisibly pushed forward, although often in which cannot be grasped, but in which they learned to put flat mentality to plain and the way to face life.